What's going on? What's going on? What is good, gang? Crew of the 161. We're in the bottom of the eighth, man. It's a 1-0 game. Tight squeeze here. Tight game. Unbelievable. Really unbelievable. World's Chapman on the mound. Nobody on. That was a good pickoff by DJ. What a move. What a freaking move. Man. But let me say hi to everybody here. What is good, everybody? Make sure you smash that like button when you come in, too. Aiden's in the house. Montez is on a pitch limit tomorrow. He's on, I think, a 70 pitch limit, Aiden. So whatever that is, probably 4 innings, maybe 4 or 5. He's he's coming off paternity. His mother-in-law passed away a few days ago, so he's been out. So I'm sure he threw bullpen in there, and he's coming back off of missing time. So they have him on I think it's 70 to 75 pitch limit. Jonathan's in the house. Lori, how are you? Udall. Yeah, I mean, I would be putting in. Well, once Harrison Bader's healthy, I think he's going to replace Aaron Hicks. I mean, I don't see any reason why he shouldn't. And in the meantime, I'd be playing LeCastro and call up Florio. You might as well, right? All right, top of the ninth. Here we go. Well, managing's not that great. The playing's not that great either, Hayden. They're not getting it done. So even if Joe Torre was the manager, they're still not getting it done. So that's one of the problems. Montez is on a 70 pitch limit. So Soviet Union Empire. Jonathan's in the house. Yeah. It's too early to judge this Monty Bader trade, by the way. Get some people already trying to rub it in people's faces. And we're one game in. Let's be easy, gang. I mean, I'm not throwing in a white towel. Yeah, Boone's got some black. Why on pitch count? No freaking reason. Udall, he missed several days. His mother-in-law just passed away. So, and he's again coming back. So they're not going to, his first game with the Yankees, they're not going to have him throw 100-something pitches. No way. No way. Yeah, Rizzo's got backs. We need Rizzo back. We need Stanton back. We need our equalizers in this lineup. Lineup is empty without them. I mean, it really is empty without them. What's up, Ballin? What's up, Training? Judge needs Stanton. Judge needs Rizzo in that lineup too. They make him better too. So, and you know what I mean? It's too early to determine they should not trade Montgomery. It's too early to trade. Too early to determine that. What's wrong with Benintendi? Well, he hasn't adapted. He hasn't adjusted yet. Takes people a little while to adjust here. But he's been, doing the job in the outfield. He's been walking a lot, and he's got 2 hits so far with the Yankees. Right? That's more than Gallo had in, I don't know, the last 2 months or whatever. But it is what it is, man. So we don't need to, put on the jump off the roof just yet. So, well, that's one reason Hayden and the Marlins asked for a frontline prospect at 5:57 p.m., 3 minutes to the deadline. So it looks like she tried to get to Cashman to panic and give in. So, and he's not going to do that. He's not going to do that. You know what I mean? So. Well, Bader's not going to solve everything, James, but I think he'll be an upgrade over Hicks. And his energy is going to be well needed, too. So, and it is what it is, lethargic Hicks, lethargic Gleyber Torres. It's lethargic. So, all right. Aaron Judge is up. This is at top of the ninth. Let's see what happens. 2-3-4. 2-3-4 against the closer. Right? Is it the closer? Giovanni Gallegos. Not the closer. Former Yankee prospect, actually. Let's see. Yankee by nature. That's public now, dude. It's public. All the beat writers. I mean, it's well known. That they had a deal set up, and then last minute it didn't hit the finish line because the GM Kim Ng of the Marlins asked for an extra player prospect at the last minute. It's well known. Yankee, no. It'd be a waste of time to bring back Didi. For what? Where's he going to play? Hayden Boone has limited options because some of his best players are not here. So it's really hard to construct a lineup when a third of them is injured, which stinks. Which really stinks. So there's only so much we could do. All right, Judge. Let's see. It's 2-0. Foul ball. 2-1. Backup IKF. That's why they have Marvin Gonzalez, Sean. And that's why they could call up an Oswald Peraza to do that instead of Didi. Yeah, I mean, Didi can't hit anymore. He can't hit anymore. And that's unfortunate. Peraza to back up the infield or Peraza playing. I mean, if I'm calling up Peraza, I'm sitting down Torres and I'm having Peraza play second. Everything is good, Jack Rick. Everything is good, man. Appreciate you asking. Girls are good. Appreciate that, man. Uh-oh. Oh, foul ball. Foul ball. Deep. Had the distance, but just left. Just foul. Oh, wow. No, it's not Hayden, but we don't have our cleanup hitters here. Stanton's not here. Rizzo's not here. So that's one of the problems. You know what I mean? And it's too early to determine whether we should have traded Montgomery. It's way too early to determine that. One game is not everything. Yes, Donaldson's putting forth effort. He's also elite he's done some elite glove work even today. Yeah. That's a good question. I don't know why he's not saying that. You asked the $1 million question. He should be. And put in freaking Florio. Put in LaCastro more. Do something, Why not? Yeah, which is crazy. I don't know if you guys saw, I did a video early about Michael K. and Gallo. We'll get into that in a little bit once the game is over. I want to get your take on it. All right, what happened here? Timeout called by the catcher. Yadi. More spark plug. Yeah, we do. I mean, Harrison Bader is going to be a spark plug. And, well, I don't think the Yankees do. LEOV. I get what you're saying, but the Yankees, it sounds as if they didn't think Monty was going to make the postseason roster, postseason rotation. So, and they had that other trade set, and then all the last minute, the Marlins pulled an audible. It was like a blitz, man. Balling, she's good, bro. Thank you, man. Thank you. Would I replace 6 with Marvin? Yeah, I would also replace 6 with Castillo. I mean, not LaCastro. I would replace him with Estevan Florial too. I mean, Marvin, I would honestly play Marvin like 3 days a week at least, and Carpenter 3 days a week. Those guys, professionals, reliable. I would put them in a regular rotation no matter what, at least 3 days a week. I don't like having them sit like a week and a half and then playing. I don't think that's a good idea ever. So, Jack Crick, yeah, I did. Gandolfini, I met him at MetLife Stadium at a Jets Giants football game. Mm-hmm. Yep. Super nice guy, Gandolfini. I mean, one of the nicest people you'll ever meet. Yeah. Pop up for Judge. Yep. LaCastro and Marwin over Hicks and Torres. I mean, I would put Peraza over Torres right now. I know a lot of people went to his memorial. Oh, that's cool, man. That's cool, dude. His memorial. He was such a nice guy. We sat at my uncle and I went to the Jets Giants game the year that MetLife opened. And we sat at the 30-yard line in the second row. He was sitting right in front of us. big Carhartt jacket, skull cap. It was like December was cold, man. He was a huge Jets fan. He had a big Jets. He was such a nice guy. High fiving him because I'm a Jets fan. His hands were gigantic. But again, sweetheart of a guy, absolute sweetheart. It was right around there, Jack. It was at MetLife Stadium. That I know because we were there. He sat right in front of us. Ball 2 to Donaldson. 2-0 to Josh Donaldson. Let's see here. Yeah. Meant to be. Scherzer was on fire tonight. He pitched really well. Ball. That's a ball, right? Yes. 3-0 to Josh Donaldson. Donaldson's kind of, getting a little bit better at the bat too. So Torres is overmatched, man. That's why. I mean, now honestly, this is a good time to try Oswald Peraza here. Why not? Can't hurt. Which is why I don't get anybody's logic about replacing IKF with Oswald Peraza. It doesn't make any sense at all. None. Because IKF stats in pretty much every category that's important are better than Torres. Batting average, on-base percentage, hitting with runners in scoring position, stolen bases. Everybody knocks him on his defense. Torres is not great in defense. And Torres also has lazy spells and periods where he just looks uninterested and unfocused. That's not an issue at IKF. So, it's not an issue. Oh, this guy's dealing back 3-2 now. Donaldson. Dude, only if this is a strike, bro. The Mets are definitely a hungry team. I'll tell you that, Rose. They are a hungry-ass team. It's crazy, Jack. Yeah, Gandolfini passed away, I think, in 2013. Yeah, I mean, this team is, it's reeling right now. It's definitely cold. The bats are cold. A lot of areas are cold. So, it's unfortunate. How do you look at that pitch right down the middle, Donaldson? Right down the middle. 2 outs. Oh, my God. I think it was June 19th, Jack Crick, if I remember correctly. Yeah, June 19th. The only reason I know it's because that's my birthday. Yeah, so I'm connected with him in a way. And Lou Gehrig was born on June 19th, so him and I share that birthday. So, team is just looking way unfocused, just overmatched. Let me Gleyber Torres. I mean, it'd be nice if he came through here. It would be really nice if he came through, right? Smash that like button, guys, if you don't mind. Let's get them likes up. 0-1. Unbelievable. Yeah, I mean, they just look unfocused, undisciplined. Like, I'm not, that worried about them losing the division right now. I think they'll get it together. Hopefully Montez will give him a shot in the arm tomorrow. And so, but they look crappy right now. They do. They look crappy right now. I mean, I didn't think they were going to sustain what they were doing in the first half of the season. People like they're going to win 125. Like, that was obvious that wasn't going to happen. They weren't. They were overshooting their landing, like way beyond exceeding expectations. So, and I also said that too, Bed-Stuy. Yeah, I'm not really that worried. They suck. Like, and it was too early in the season back then. It's later in the season now, but they still have a pretty big lead in the division. But yeah, Bed-Stuy. Astros did lose, yeah. Astros did lose. So the Yankees will not they will not tie the Yankees even if the Yankees lose. The Astros will still be a game out, a game behind. So We're not cooked, you know. I mean, we're already. I see people already assuming that we're lost. That we're, that's what's the point of that attitude, honestly. I know it's hard to be positive, but like this is our team. We have to. I mean, at least in my opinion, I try to find a silver lining and try to find. I'd rather be foul ball motivated than discouraged. So I try to find ways to try to, you know, if this carry, it's a big if bet style. I'm not thinking that's going to happen. So it's a big if. I don't go on ifs, dude. I don't go by ifs. Sorry, I just don't. Yes, the Astros lost today, so we'll take that. We'll take that. Come on, Gleyber Torres. Let's see. And Torres struck out. Game over. St. Louis wins. Yep. Torres swung at a ball in the dirt twice. So, Kerry Collins was a giant. Yes, he was. So was Kurt Warner, wasn't he? So, this team also needs to mesh with its new additions too. They got to figure out how to make it work with the new guys, and they cannot be afraid to sit Hicks, man. Sit him. Play a young kid. Give us some energy. Like I would do that. I would stop the obsession with replacing IKF. He is not the problem. So, but I know there's a couple of people on YouTube that love to position him as the problem. He's not the problem. Torres, he's terrible. Hicks, terrible. Sit those two guys and play the young kids. We get hustle. We get production out of IKF. We don't out of the other two guys. Yeah, they looked undisciplined. They looked unfocused. They looked hard. They looked terrible. Terrible. Absolutely right. No doubt about it. Kurt Warner was a giant one too. Well, yes, he did. Who's Boone? Hey, Chicken Palm. Who's Boone gonna replace Hicks with right now? That's in the dugout. Acknowledge that the Donaldson IKF trade was a mistake. IKF is not the problem, Ricky. Focusing on the wrong stuff. The wrong stuff, dude. Both are on. He's got one of the higher on-base percentages on the team, IKF. And he's second best on the team hitting runners in scoring position. Has a higher batting average than Carlos Correa. Almost all the big money shortstops. Second highest batting average on the team behind Judge. He's always in the middle of a play or something. So we're focusing on the wrong stuff, Ricky. How many games does IKF cost us? 0. Okay, so it's again, we're seeing hustle from him. We're seeing nothing from Torres, from Hicks. The extension from Hicks was a much bigger mistake than a trade for those guys. Like, yes, and Benny does need time to adapt to New York. Andujar to play again. I mean, call Andujar up. I would call Flurry out just to get somebody a little bit younger, more athletic from the left-handed side, but I would sit Hicks. I don't care if he's on a big contract. I mean, I know it's all my money. It's not. I'm not the one who runs it, but like, I would be sitting him. I would sit Hicks and play a young kid. Sit Torres, play a young kid. No reason why they can't. It's only so much center they can play Judge. They got to be careful with that too. Once Bader's healthy in a couple of weeks, he'll man center. He'll man it. Benintendi, yeah, we batting him number 2 also. IKF, yeah, a ton of clutch hits. Ton of them. Go ahead hits, clutch hits, yeah. I haven't seen clutch hits from Judge recently a lot. The occasional walk-off home run, but he's getting more clutch hits than Judge. So, Yeah, I know it's sacrilege to be critical of Judge, but he had opportunities today. He did nothing. He had opportunities yesterday. Morning, Brew. What's good, bro? What is good? Marwin Gonzalez or Flurry? Yes, it would be an upgrade. Yes, it would. Over Hicks, 100%. 100%. Oh, guys, we only got 37 likes, got 189 people in here. Smash those like buttons if you don't mind. Let's get over 100 really quickly. Let's just get that out of the way now. Hicks needs to. It's easier said than done. They tried to trade Hicks, so they have to be willing to eat Hicks' money to release him. So action. I give Judge praise on the regular basis, but why can't I criticize him when he doesn't come through? Action. You explain that one. Is he untouchable? We get people here all the time that just bash IKF on a regular basis. Mm-hmm. And he's not the problem because they're following other people's talking points. And they admit it in here. Don't even have a thought of their own on IKF. So give me that. Give me your logic on that one. It's a terrible taste, Morning Brew. Terrible taste. Yankees are playing terrible. Can't. Yeah, it's just. Bench Torres and just call up. What's the point? Simmons or Didi. Now just call up Peraza instead of Torres. You know? Yeah. I never said IKF was untouchable, action, but you're coming at me. Why can't I be critical of Judge? He didn't do anything. Like the obsession with IKF is just pitiful for so many people. It's so sad. Would you want to accept the trade fix? Yeah, I mean, I would, but I don't think anybody's going to want him. But you try to trade him, and if you can't, he was apparently part of the Marlins trade that was supposed to go down. So apparently, but oh well, hasn't happened. So we got to move on. And exactly, Judge has not been good against good pitching. He has not. Seeing people just hate when somebody like me acknowledges it. I don't just. I'm the one obsessed with IKF. Really? Yeah. Action. I think you better come back down to planet Earth, dude. Yeah, he's bashed because we didn't get a big shortstop. His batting average is higher than 3 of the 4 big shortstops. So is his on-base percentage. So, you know. Yeah, but nobody wants to talk about that stuff. He didn't have any home runs. Okay. So? We call out people that are obsessively bash IKF here. I've criticized IKF before, action. But again, I'm not obsessing with him. If he costs us games, we talk about it. Is he costing us games? No. When he's bad defensively, we talk about it. Okay? Yeah. And I like Judge too, action. He can be criticized too. But people don't seem to like that. The golden boy. Okay? Jinian, let's not start that. The Martian's nowhere near being close already. It's not going. You're going to get zapped, dude, by people. Two pitchers discarded by the Ninja. 2 pitchers discarded by the Ninja? Montgomery. Chop. Who else you talking about? Stanton. Yeah, Stanton's got to get healthy too, man. We need his bat. We need his production, man. We definitely need it. All right, 66. Okay, we might get over 100 likes. All right. Appreciate that, guys. Let's shoot. Let's get it up there. Let's get it up there. in the word, what have you done for me lately, Blue? Needs to get Sid Hicks. Oh, dude, exactly, you know. Sid Hicks, man, he's not doing anything. Like, put. There's no reason why you can't put Flurry on there. I don't know, man. Ryan P. Or maybe September. I have no idea when he's going to be called up. I know a lot of people want him, but I would be if I'm going to call him up, I'm going to have him replace somebody who's a problem, like Torres, not IKF, who's not the problem. So I mean, it's just the hatred for him is just sad, but you know, whatever. Cashman can only do too much. I mean, so much, Jordan. He's not on the field with these guys. The players have to perform too. Players have to perform. And again, let's keep in mind too, like just because Cashman's the GM of the Yankees doesn't mean he can do whatever he wants anytime he wants. This doesn't mean he's going to win every trade. It's just that's not reality. Teams don't want to help the Yankees ever. So you got to keep that in mind too. But it doesn't mean he shouldn't be held accountable, which he should too. But so should everybody else who's not performing. Chopper, I don't disagree. DFAing Hicks, the Yankees have to be willing to eat that money. So I just don't know if they're what do you call it? Willing to that. You know, we need to know that they are. Obviously, they're gonna try to trade him to get somebody to assume that money. You know what I mean? Tyler Wade could be another option. So. Yeah, Mets, man. Scherzer was money tonight, man. He was money. Scherzer was money, man. Wade can run, yeah. I mean, so can LeCastro, so can quite a few guys here. So can these AAA guys. Peraza and so Cabrera. These guys are stealing bases like crazy. Crazy. Even Florio. I think he has 30 stolen bases. So Mets are scary good, yeah. Yep. Jackie Bradley Jr. I can't see that happening now, Mike, only because they have Bader, who's going to be obviously the logical guy to replace Hicks if that happens. But I mean, would I be offended if they brought in Jackie Bradley? No, because you get another elite defender here. Why not? On the cheap? Why not? You know. But yeah, it looks tired, looks gassed, it looks unfocused. I mean, when has Cashman never been held accountable? He's been GM since 1998. Well, by meaning held accountable, he be fired, right? So, gotta ask Hal that one. Unfortunately, he's the one to ask. Believe me, if I can get him on here, we'd ask him. Same here, Joseph. Same here. He's doing what he was brought here to do. St. Louis is a first place team, so they're good. Robert, because they have lack. It means Rizzo's not playing, Stanton's not playing, so that's why they have Torres in cleanup, and he's not a cleanup hitter. Definitely not a cleanup hitter. Popovich, sit their asses, most definitely. There's no stopping it here. Absolutely right. You go 100%, bro. Yeah, and they're going to have trouble beating Houston and beating the Mets if they don't right the ship, man. They got to right the ship, and they got to right it real quick. So I'm hoping Frankie Montez is pretty decent tomorrow. So I hope he's solid, and anyway, they can build off of that. So, you know. Most definitely. Torres being the next Cano. I get that feeling too. Not here, Michael Shin. People hate the Bader Monty trade. No, they're not going to do that, Jinian. They're probably going to try to work that once his rehab is over. He's in AAA now, so he'll be ready soon. Sooner than later, actually, in short time. So, record pace starting to have. Pitcher was good. Yeah. Excuse me. Herman was good. Bullpen was good. So can't deny that. Bats sucked. This was all bats, you know. And Hicks, and there was a chance had he fielded that ball in the first inning that guy might not have scored. So a call-in show, yeah, maybe. Morning Brew, the Yankees. What they're saying is that he's going to be ready by next weekend, which I think they play Boston. I think by next Friday or Saturday or something like that. That's what I'm hearing about Stanton, and we need him, man. We need him nationally. Yeah, man. I would be batting Benintendi probably. I mean, I wouldn't hesitate to lead him off and put DJ second because DJ is probably the best contact hitter they have. So that's kind of the order. And then Judge third. And then Rizzo fourth and Stanton fifth. And I would have that consistently. Consistently. Hicks looks terrible. Lost. Cooked. Cooked is the best word. Yeah. Yankees got to win this division. That's for damn sure. Toronto is slowly creeping up. Slowly. So I'm hoping that these, the bullpen guys, Trevino and I forgot his name already. God, Efras. They're doing well. They're doing fine. We haven't seen Montez yet. We need Benintendi to pick it up. We haven't seen Bader yet, so it still remains to be seen what type of grade they're going to get after everybody performs. So plays. So it's still early, man, to determine that. Clay Holmes is going through a rough patch, no doubt about it, Cameron. No doubt about it. He's got to get it right too. So I never knew this about Hicks points weekly. Huh? True. Yeah, and losing King was devastating for us. That was a big blow. It really was. It's hard to replace a guy like that. It really is. It's almost impossible. So yeah, just win one day at a time. Just win the game in front of you instead of, obsessing about everything else. I don't know about Holmes being gassed. His velocity's still up there. He's throwing 100, 101. His velocity's not good. He's having a rough time. He's got to make mechanical adjustments and stuff like that. And it looks like Chapman's kind of getting back to his groove too. So, which we need a Chapman who's reliable. We need a Holmes that's reliable. We need these guys to be reliable. So, yeah. I think if they're going to DFA anybody, it'll probably be Hicks, but I don't know. It's too early to make a judgment on the Monty trade. After one game, it's too early. Britton, yeah, but he takes a while to get back to a groove too, and he's going to come back when September. He's not going to have much time. So that's my other concern about Britton. Yeah, Wainwright tomorrow against Montez, so he's good. He's a pro. He's a borderline Hall of Famer. Fortran, always a pleasure, brother. Enjoy it, and thanks for coming on. Appreciate you. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Benintendi at the top and DJ at second is a nice 1-2 pairing. With the guys that we have, I think so. No doubt. Herman pitched well. The 5 innings, 1 run, he pitched well. So, 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. Gallo, no surprise. But it is what it is. Soto, he's a building block for the future. His other metrics are off the charts, Scott. Off the charts. Yeah, man. Speaking of Gallo, I don't know if you guys. So I did a video this morning, and I basically called out Michael K for kind of going over the top with his criticism of Gallo, but it's not. It wasn't really necessarily that. One, I'm not a fan of going after people. He supported him up to that point, right? Backed him up or whatever you want to call it. and then he just kind of flipped the script and went the other way. Fine, but doing it after he was gone, and the other fact is this, and he was saying this too, like he shouldn't play the victim, and a lot of other people said the same thing. Let me make 2 points on that, okay? First of all, he didn't just come up and just volunteer to talk to people. He's not like, I want to get this off my chest. People, New York media was constantly asking him, right? Constantly asking him about these things. And they asked the same people the same question every single day, 100 times a day, right? So, and has Michael K been in the position that Gallo was, where you have, 50,000 people booing him and wanting him out of the city every single day and being made the butt of a joke almost every single day? Can K put himself in that shoes? No, he can't. Okay, so saying stop playing the victim when you've never been in that position is beyond unprofessional to me. That's why I called it out. And if you're going to do that, do it to his face. That's my take on that, okay? I thought that was unprofessional. I thought it was unfair. Don't play that. And again, what did you expect him to say? They asked him these questions. He answered them, honestly. He didn't want to be here. Of course not. Who would want to be here in that position? If you had all the people who wanted you gone or dead or like whatever, like you were getting abused from people every single day. Who would want to listen to that all the time? So I'm glad Gallo's gone. I hope he does well elsewhere. But the bottom line is, he came to the stadium every day, put in the work, put his head down, took it in the chin every single day. It didn't work. So I don't understand that point. That's why I called him out. I know a lot of people didn't like it, and that's totally fine. But again, telling somebody to not play the victim when you have never been in that position before, get out of here with that. Get out of here with that. That's where he lost credibility to me. Again, if you've never been in that man's shoes, never dealt with that, can't be doing that. Can't be doing it. It's not appropriate. And expect to be called out, or expect to be called out by me on that. And again, people are willing to disagree with me. People are free to disagree with me. You know that. That's part of what makes this channel great. I don't block people for disagreeing with me. Or just because I disagree with you doesn't mean I'm right and you're wrong, and vice versa, right? So he wasn't a good fit. The plan didn't work. Let's move on. There's no need to kick the man when he's down on the way out. What's the point of that? Why? What was the need? What is he trying to accomplish? Is it just for riling people up again? Because that's what he does, right? For Yes Network, they elicit emotions from people, anger, and anger tends to sell for a lot of people. So I get it, but what was the point? What were you trying to do there? So that was my take on it. And again, people disagree with me, totally fine. Totally fine. Stanton's out until it sounds Fred the end of next week. So he should be back like Friday or Saturday. That's what we're hearing right now. So do I think Hal needs to step up and show some? Yeah, Rich, I've said this before. Like, it would be nice for him to show his face on occasion and show us that he's interested in the goddamn company that he owns, the Yankees. Right? Steinbrenner, I mean, his dad, he lived here all the time. Even Steve Cohen from the Mets, you see him on Twitter, you see him here and there, and you never see Steinbrenner, ever. I'd love to see that he's interested in this team that he runs, this franchise. So, John, what's good, man? Blum, what's good, bro? Stanton compliments the lineup, so does Rizzo. Both of them, we need them both here. There'll be a boom to the lineup, Yeah, he's a quiet man, but that doesn't, he owns the New York Yankees. Showing his face on occasion to say a few words, not really that big a deal. I mean, we got more words out of Gallo than we did Hal Steinbrenner. Okay? So, yeah, I mean, the Yankees, again, I still think the Yankees are probably going to win the East. So, but they got to kind of get back on the right footing at some point soon. You know what I mean? Yeah, you might be right, Monty, bro. Bitch with his horses. You might be right, bro. Team chemistry. That's another thing, Joe. It doesn't look like they're clicking together. And again, we're missing some pieces. At anytime you make big changes or significant changes after the deadline, and it's only been a few days, it's going to affect team chemistry a little bit. So they have to find their way again. They have to find their new identity. And it doesn't happen overnight. So, again, Monty pitched well today, Adam. Monty pitched well. Good for him. So did Herman. Herman pitched well too. You know, they had great chemistry because they were winning, Wayne J. Yeah, no doubt about it. They have to figure out a way to get this chemistry working even when they're not winning, when they're having adversity. You know what I mean? What's good, Anthony? Warfed is in AAA. He's finishing his rehab, so he should be available soon, real soon, actually. So I'd like to see him up at some point. If the Yankees crash and burn, maybe down to baseball. Yeah, it'd be funny. I don't know if the Marlins would let him, but we'll see. Do I think Hicks should be in the playoff roster? Not right now, truth always. Nope. No, I do not. No, sir. Yeah. Monty. Yeah, it's one game, and I'm not really panicking after one game, so. Yeah, Stanton has some good energy too, and I like he's a leader too in the team. He's a quiet leader, but he's a leader. So his leadership will be and his veteran presence will be good to have back. If Rortvedt gets called up, then they send down Higashioka. In my opinion, I think he's a good platoon with Trevino. He's essentially Trevino from the left-handed side. So an expert pitch framer, just like Trevino. He just happens to hit him on the other side. So I think it would be a good. I actually can't remember when we had a left-handed hitting catcher. Well, Posada, he was a switch hitter, but that's the last time I can remember like a left-handed hitting catcher. But that's what I would do. I mean, playoff Stanton definitely a brawl. Yeah, I would love somebody to do a CC, right? Or Clemens, like you hit my dude, I'm beating you next time. I mean, try to charge me, dude. Try to charge them out. Just try it. Like, I would love to see that. I mean, really would. Who do they send down to put Montez and Russ? It's a good question, John Baum. I'm not exactly sure. But I'll put it out once it happens so that we know exactly who is going to be correspondent here. Let's see. Just so we. Let's see. Any news? Let's see. Well, first off, what time did they play tomorrow? The afternoon? They play tomorrow at 2:15. Okay. 2:15 p.m. Eastern time. Tyler, I don't mind Peraza playing, but again, if he's gonna be replacing somebody, it should be Torres, not IKF. Yeah, 2:15 p.m. Eastern time, guys. Tomorrow is the game. So, yeah, I mean, I'm glad they're facing the adversity now instead of playoff time. So they just have to figure out how to get over this and how to make it work, And they've got to figure out how to do it together. So, you know, they've got to figure it out. They can either win together or lose separately. So, got to figure this. No, Stanton's not coming back tomorrow. He's supposed to be back by the end of the week. From what we're hearing right now, Yankee by nature, unless something changed. So, Brian McCann. Yes, he did win the spring with the Astros. Yeah, good for him. Chapman stuff looks better. He's trusting his fastball a little bit more. So, as I said, I thought that would be the corresponding move. So, if Rortvedt is ready, they traded for him to essentially be Trevino's platoon mate. So, I mean, that would be probably corresponding move because they're not going to carry 3 catchers. What other corresponding move would you do? And again, then I don't think they're going to bring him up until they think he's ready. So whenever that is, whether it's September, whether it's next year, it'll eventually happen. If Hickey played a little first base, I mean, to back up Rizzo, maybe, but then you got DJ too. So, but I get it. But, I think Rortvedt also brings youth. He's like 24, 25 years old. So, some more energy as well. So, better hitter than Torres. We talking home runs here because IKF has a better batting average, better on base percentage. He's better with runners in scoring position. So when we say IKF's not a good hitter as Torres, are we talking just home runs? That's just home runs. Torres is terrible with runners in scoring position. Looks uninterested. Makes terrible outs. So when we say he's a better hitter, what are we talking about here? Yes, he did. I don't have a beast. Yes, he did a great play. Yeah, but he makes up for the yips with his bat and his base running. So I think the yips. Jeter had the yips when he was first here too. This isn't. It's not abnormal, but and I'll say this: Torres to me has a higher ceiling. I think he's more talented, but lazy spells and all the other stuff, just like Sanchez, he was a more talented catcher than any of these guys. But these lazy spells, being undisciplined and unfocused, destroyed him. It destroyed him. You know, I think Torres probably might be the odd man out this offseason. He might get moved this offseason, probably for pitching. You know, it's too early. Benintendi to be calling him a bust yet. It's too early. There's so many people pointing the finger on IKF. It's been happening, and they admit it. They're getting it from channels like John Boy, and some other folks too. But whatever, people are entitled to their views. Okay. I mean, the numbers don't lie. The stats are there. So, but I would be riding the bench too from Hicks, contract or not. No idea, Shinyan. He's not here. There's no point talking about it now. Yeah, I think he should be moved this offseason, Torres. Yep. Thought he was going to be a home run hitter. Have a great night, Robert. Thanks for coming by, bro. 32 RBIs and 15 steals is no biggie. What are you going to replace him with? Well, I guess his stats pale in comparisons to Carlos Correa's whopping 37 RBIs and his whopping 268 batting average. Both of them are worse than IKF's. And that's $35 million a year Carlos Correa. So, again, he's not a problem. He's not the problem. Chop, same thing, man. Yeah, we gotta shake this off, this loss. You know what I mean? No, I do not see them signing Didi. It's absolutely pointless to sign Didi, Daniel. Peraza, he might come up in September. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Yes, 37 whopping RBIs. The $35 million man, Lucy. Yep. People love bashing IKF, and then you look at Carlos Correa's stats. Not much different. Lower batting average, lower. It's like, so it is what it is. James Morales, thank you so much, bro. Same to you. God bless, bro. Hey, Molly, how are you? Flurry Allen center and Andujar DH. I mean, yeah, I would just sit Hicks and play Flurry Allen, wherever it is, center, left. You know what I mean? Yeah, I mean, honestly, at this point, yeah. Well, even Wade can replace him. Yeah, Wade is kind of like he's a more speedy version of Marwin because he plays the infield and the outfield. It's just faster. And he's been hitting better, actually. So he had a home run yesterday in AAA. Nice home run, too. Yeah. What we got here? Yes, German pitched good tonight. Yes, he did. Do I watch any? Yeah, I watch Jets. I watch mixed martial arts. I watch a couple other sports. So Christopher Smith, thank you. I appreciate it. And I didn't think it was fair for him to say what he said about Gallo. And again, people have their opinions, but this and when he's already gone, and then saying don't play the victim when he's never been in that position himself. He lost all credibility to me when he did that. So, but again, that's just me. Just me. Well, exactly, Bob. He's not. I mean, you know, why do I think the Yankees are slumping? I mean, a collective injuries, a collective being unfocused. Morning growth. If Montez only goes 2 innings, the people are going to be probably running around with their hair on fire. Hair on fire. Hicks is definitely getting 30 ground balls and 30 pop-ups. But that's not the type of 30 that he wanted, but that's what he's given us. Oh, long con, yeah, I mean, 100% Ryan, US was a bust, that Hicks extension. Cannot agree with you more, bro. Cannot agree with you more. So, and again, they swapped players. They made some adjustments. This is a new roster. They have to figure out how to gel, just like the Padres. They haven't figured out how to gel yet with Soto and the rest of them. It's just going to take some time for every team. For every team. You know what I mean? You know, Dominic, dude, it's, thank you. I mean, I understand why a lot of people agree with me, but then I don't think that last part, the fact he's saying don't play the victim, even though he didn't volunteer to talk to people. People asked him the questions and he answered them. Okay? Do I know? I mean, how many of us know somebody who's dealt with that same exact thing? Where 50,000 people a night are getting booed or telling you how much they hate you, how much worthless you are, whatever, and then having to go home and deal with that on a regular basis. And then being made the butt of a joke, 10 different jokes a day. Like, has anybody here dealt with that? I mean, he's the only one who knows how Gallo feels is Gallo. So that's why, I thought K was out of line. But I get it. That's his job to do that type of stuff, right? So, whatever. But, I called it out, man. And a lot of people didn't agree with me. That's totally fine. But my position's not changing on that one. No, Boone definitely does not have full autonomy, Dominic. Yeah. He's got Cashman and analytics kind of running the show. 100%, dude. 100%. And I've said this before, Joe Torre on this team, the Yankees would not be winning more games right now with Joe Torre or Casey Stengel. Like, it wouldn't be happening. It wouldn't be happening. But FG, dude, it's there's so many folks on that side who just love. I don't know why so many folks get fed so much negative energy by, I don't know, is it Yankee content creators, other Yankee channels that feed them such negative energy? Why do people feed off it? I've never understood that. Like, can anybody give me some insight? I feed off positive energy and try to figure out a silver lining, try to figure out ways to look forward. Why is there so many folks that do it? I'm not saying you guys and gals, but why do folks feed off of that stuff on such a regular basis? I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, I'm just going to take Gallo some time to adjust too. We just like John Boy hate. All right. Can any of those guys, Kobe, do any better than these players? I highly doubt it. You know what I mean? But yeah, at least you're honest about that. You like the John Boy hate. At least you're honest, Kobe. So I got to give you that, man. So props to you for the honesty. Yeah. Yeah, Tori would be going nuts with the analytics. Exactly right. Absolutely nuts. Yeah. Exactly, Mr. Santiago. What helps push the narrative is what we're saying. This is why click views, click blah blah blah. That's why I stay authentic. I like to try to stay authentic. So, and it's gonna rub people the wrong way on both sides. I'm not just gonna come out here and say what people want to hear because it's the hot thing right now. I don't like to do that. That's why I like to be original and authentic, and that's why I think the right people come to this channel. And whether it takes me longer to grow, I'm okay with that. I'm not going to sell myself out, like sell out, just to do what other people are doing because it's the hot thing. I don't like doing that. It's just me though, and and I hope that's okay with people. I want people to feel like they have a voice on this channel. So, yeah, all those things, John. No, I can't disagree. I think Montez will be okay tomorrow. Yeah, I think so too. Tim King, I know he wasn't built for New York, but again, you know, saying don't play the victim stuff, he lost me there. He lost me there. Wayne, I try to keep it level across the board. Okay, you know what I mean. I'm not gonna like. I mean, John Boy has they have their marching orders, right? They got to do it. They have to do what they got to do. So that's fine. It's totally fine. Mm. Again, I want to do it right on this channel. I want to be authentic, and I want to keep it that way. If it takes me longer to grow, that's totally fine. Totally fine. I'm not worried about Montez either. I'm really not. Next year, Yankees free agents let them go. Yeah, I think most of them will be gone. Yeah, I mean, I think the higher ups need to not hesitate to call up a couple guys and sit a couple guys. I mean, I do think it's a good idea. Will they do it? I have no idea. Would I have done it if I was in there? Yes. So, and again, this is a pretty rough part of the schedule. The dog days of August. The Yankees always struggle for some reason this time of year. They always do. How well they come back, we'll see. Carpenter might go. Maybe after this year. Yeah, maybe. Why not? You know. Well, exactly. Texas. That's a good point too. Same people. They change their positions immediately. You know. Do Montez and Cole. I do think, and I said this the other day, I think Montez will push Cole, maybe light a fire under his butt. And again, I said this yesterday too. In 2009, when Sabathia came here as a free agent, he had 6 or 7 games where he gave up 5 or more runs. And Pettit, in 1996, his rookie year, he had 9 or 10 of those games. But they won the World Series all those years, so all was kind of right in the world. And I think once the Yankees get over the hump and win the World Series, all this type of stuff with Cole will be forgotten. This is not unusual. This is, again, CC was the big money ace. It happened to him his first year here too. But they won the World Series. Nobody's talking about it. Nobody remembered, right? And this is, you can look at their stats. Same thing with Pettit. Same thing happened. They won the World Series. Nobody talked about it. So I think once they win the World Series, a lot of this stuff will be forgotten. But I do, Santiago, I think to win a World Series for the Yankees, they're going to have to grind it out, man. I agree. This is going to be the most blue-collar World Series ever. No doubt about it for the Yankees. Hell yeah. Which is the date for the 40-man. What do you mean the date for the 40-man roster? They know. I don't think it expands to 40 anymore, Daryl. Because they brought it up to 26. Now it goes to, I think, only 28, actually. I don't think it goes back. Unless they changed it. I don't remember going back to. Let's check it out. Let's confirm that right now, actually. Let's see. September, MLB, September, roster, size. 28, yeah. It's no longer 40, it's 28. So it's different. That's a big difference. They're only adding 2. They have 26 now. Not adding 14. 2. So, that's that's tough. That's tough. The Blue Jays lost to the Twins. Oh, you got Blue Jays lost too. So Yankees got lucky today. They got lucky. But I wouldn't be relying on luck. You know what I mean? They have to they got to get things right in their own the clubhouse. They do. Players only meeting. Yeah, why not? Why not? Yeah, I think they can still win 100 wins. I think they can get to 100 wins, Santiago. But I never thought they were going to get to like 125. There's so many people saying 125. I never thought that was going to happen. That was way far fetched. So, Padres pitching is failing them. Look, that's what happens. Yeah. Yeah, just because the Padres got all those guys, what's up, Hirsch? Doesn't mean they're gonna guarantee the World Series. They have to put it together. They gotta They got to play. They got to perform. So, 98. Okay. Hicks is, dude. Yeah, he's under the fives. Not even on it. He's under it, man. Need 30 more wins. Yeah. No doubt about it, Wayne J. I'm confident the Yankees will get him tomorrow, too. That's the way, to me, it's the way to think. That's the way to look, the way to think about it. So, not they're going to be swept and blah, blah, blah. So, the Brewers are dangerous. I'm not sleeping on the Braves either. So, there's some tough teams, really tough teams in baseball. But we'll see. We will see. Yankees need a decent. Yes, they do, Junior. Yes, they do. And yeah, the Cardinals are better than people give them credit for. They're in first place in the National League Central. Mm-hmm. Yes, the Dodgers struggle. It happens. The best teams struggle. The best teams struggle. We got to be confident that our Yankees are going to turn it around and be okay when we need them to be okay. And I am pretty confident of that. If other teams want to bash them and hate them, go right ahead. They're welcome to. They're welcome to. Just leads the race. Yeah, Herman has gotten better every game since he's come back. So quietly, but we got to give him that. So I got to give him that. I don't think we could have kept Waldichuk, Tanya. I was surprised. It's crazy, but it sounded like initially the A's wanted position prospects and then changed to pitching prospects. So again, Waldy wasn't even in there. He wasn't a top 50 prospect overall. So their pitching prospects weren't as highly rated as their position prospects. So we'll see. Waldy would have been nice, but he had to go to get Montez. Not hitting pure base. Yeah, they have to protect leads. They have to get on. They have to get on with runners in base, and they got to perform with runners in base. So, yeah, hell yeah. But I'm confident that we'll get better. Herman is at least softening the blow for the trading away of Montgomery. So, I do remember Gallegos was the Yankee prospect. Yes, I do. Yeah, man. We'll see, Junior. No guarantee, but we'll see. I think Bader will get opportunities to start. And again, gives a. If you get Bader in there and you get Stanton and you get Rizzo and you have Benintendi, there's a whole different energy on that team. A lot more speed, athleticism. Why did we lose? Our bats didn't do anything today, Ocean Place. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Herman did his job. The bats did not. Bader's gonna be fine. I don't think they're bringing. I don't think they're bringing Bader here to be the savior either. So it's all good, Ocean Place. Don't be sorry, man. Got things you gotta do, bro. Got lives, man. It's all good. Well, that's true too. Be nice for them to get on board early and get a lead. Hell yeah. And I think if Bader gets off to a good start, it makes it easier to move on from Hicks. That's for sure. I don't know about you, but Bader and Benintendi sounds pretty good to me. Young, dynamic guys, good defense, and some spark plugs on the team. Yeah. Frankie Montez pitches tomorrow. It's his debut Ocean Place for the Yankees. His debut. Yeah, man. Morning Brew, no doubt about it. I want to get a good game. Putting some runners on the board, I think it'll probably make Montez feel a little bit easier. I don't want him to feel like he's got to clean up this mess already. You know what I mean? So, but I think he's just going to go out there and do his thing. He's got a big arm, and he'll be fine. He'll be fine. And again, it's so much better than being in Oakland. So, yeah. Yeah, man. Bader. They'll be fine, Paul Fun. They'll be fine. All right, Udall, man. I'm going to wrap it up in a second, too. But have a great night, buddy. Always my pleasure, Tyler. It's great. I'm glad to have you on. And if you're not subscribed, I hope you do. I don't want you to miss anything. So there's a lot of different ways that the Yankees can make this team better. And I actually did a video on that as well. Kind of broke it down. So I hope that they keep taking advantage of that. And which I think, Cashman's MO is always adding pieces to the team that are not sexy. So if Soto hits free agency, do you ante the up? Depends on what the team looks like at that point. Word life run. I mean, heck to sing. Morning brew. Peace and love, brother. Yeah, and hit the likes on the way out if you haven't hit that like button. I appreciate you. Word life, that's 3 years. Yeah, I mean it's several years away, so we got the fee. We got to see. Is Dominguez going to be here? It's very it's going to be interesting to see. Rizzo's having some back spasms, yeah. And he's got to, they got to take care of that. Back spasms can really wipe you out, so you got to be careful. Steven and our bats were sleeping today. Herman held him in the game. He did his job. The bats did not. So, Dominguez 2 home runs today. Nice, Hirsch. Nice. Yankees are 21-15 game decided by 1 run. Well, that's good. Judge is the guy with the most home runs. I could see Rizzo opting out if he continues to play well. Yes. If he's healthy and plays well, yes. I could also see him going, you know what, I've had a couple of back issues. I don't want to screw myself up here. And maybe stay for that second year, which would be kind of awesome. Kind of awesome. But he's got to get his back healthy. No doubt about that. I hear that, Where does Carpenter fit? Maybe, after first space, outfield, DH. I've got a couple different places. Again, I would play him about 3 days a week. I would play Marlon Gonzalez about 3 days a week. They're reliable when they get some type of regular play. It's really hard to sit somebody for a week and then just bring them into a game. It's almost impossible to do. So it's tough. Do I think the Yankees are hiding any truth? No. Back spasms are back spasms. I don't think so. Yeah, I mean, Stanton with Achilles tendonitis, which sucks, but I think I think he's going to be fine in a couple days. Marinaccio just optioned a triple. That's probably the Frankie Montez move. Good job, That's probably the Frankie Montez move. So, no surprise. And again, little by little. So, Action, thank you for the intel on Marinaccio. I'm guessing that's the do I know who Bader? You talking about Harrison Bader, Joseph? I'm talking about Harrison Bader. He's getting ready to play for the Yankees. Why not send down Gallo? I don't disagree. I mean, believe me, I asked the same question. I asked the same question, I like Marinaccio. He's been pretty good. I think Peraza gets a September call, but I wouldn't hesitate to do it now to have him replace Torres. Torres needs a wake-up call. DFA Hicks, believe me. I would do it, Elvis, but I don't think they have the appetite of eating the contract, That's the problem to me, is eating that contract. But, I mean, with the Mets, they ate Cano's contract, kept it moving. I think it'd be a smart move to eat Hicks' contract, keep it moving, and that's it. Bader's not ready yet. He'll be ready in a couple of weeks, Joseph. Yeah, Marinaccio's I think he's going to be a good piece in the bullpen. He'll be back up. Can the Cards win? Yeah, I think so. Highlights of each game. Yeah, that's a good question, Santiago. I have no idea. No idea. Gallo's played, I think, 2 or 3 games with the Dodgers. So, a couple hits. Nothing crazy. Yeah, Marinaccio's a good one. So, Can we bench Hicks in tomorrow? Yes. Should they bench Hicks in Torres? Yes, I would. I hope they do. Did the Cardinals quietly win the deadline? I don't know. I mean, they had a decent deadline. They weren't bad. So, and it's too early to tell who won a deadline. There's only a few games out of it, so we got to give it a few. Got to give it until September at least. Torres is batting fourth because the other cleanup hitters are hurt. Stanton's out, Rizzo's out, so it's kind of a lack of options thing. Texas, I mean, it really is. And then that '96 World Series team, but that was the epitome of a grinding Yankees team, no doubt about it. Yeah, I mean, Montez is an upgrade, so I like Montez. Hopefully, Herman can continue to pitch like this, and hopefully Nestor Cortez can continue to pitch like he did, and then we'll be, I think we'll be in decent shape. What do you mean move IKF for more opportunities to run? You mean trade him, Garrett? Him and Judge are the most productive players on this team with runners in scoring position. Oh, you mean move them up in the order? Yeah, I mean, I would. I've said, I mean, leading off IKF or leading off Benintendi would be a good idea. So, you know, I would move him up in the lineup too because again, he's havoc around the bases. He really is. Excuse me. IKF is, I'm not awesome, but he's doing his job. Bader, I'm looking forward to seeing him. I really am. We'll see. Who? I mean, if I could, I would replace. Well, tomorrow, if they're just using people that are up here, I would replace Hicks with Castro and Torres with Marvin Gonzalez. Otherwise, me call up freaking Esteban Florial, call up Oswald Peraza. And that's it. I don't know if they had a chance at Drew. Maybe, but I don't know. It's a good question. I'm not sure. The Drury trade. I don't know. He's going to do well in San Diego. Andujar could get a call. Could. Yeah, Montez coming up bereavement. His mother-in-law passed away, I feel like a couple days ago. So. So would I, Anthony. So would I. Most definitely, so would I. But why? Because they needed to get a frontline pitcher, CJ, and they got Montez. They needed to get a guy like that at the number 2. So Montez will be fine. I'm happy that they got Montez. So yeah, I mean, I don't know what Cashman's doing with regards to Andujar. I have no idea. You know what I mean? No idea. You know, Montez has team. Yeah, he's not a free agent until 2024. So he's arbitration next year too. Have a great night, Ocean Place. Yeah, we'll see what happens to Waldichuk. Let's see if he pans out. You know, doesn't always pan out. So we'll see. You know, I'm curious to see how he does. I mean, Oakland tends to develop pitchers pretty well. So we'll see how he does there. We'll see how he does there. I mean, yeah, they tried to move Andujar and couldn't find any takers for him, apparently. So, but I don't know how much I believe that. I think they could have found takers. They just didn't find takers at Cashman's price. You know what I mean? And there are certain players that I would have just moved on from, just taken a lower deal and moved on from. But he would have been one of them. But that's what it is. I love the bullpen additions too, Cruz. Control. Me too. Yeah, Clay Holmes needs to get it right. He needs to get it right. So it's his first rough patch, his first patch with adversity over an extended period of time. And it's the Yankees' first patch with real adversity too, as a team. So we need him to get back on track. We really, really do. We really do. So it's Andujar bats, Florial bats, somebody. 100% Hirsch. Give this position player. I mean, give Peraza a chance. Let's give Peraza a chance. So hopefully he will. Miggy, I mean, it's unfortunate the way that things panned out with Miggy, and I would still, yeah, I would move him just to give him an opportunity elsewhere. Just take what you can get. Like they're not going to get a haul from Miggy. Let's just be real about it. You know, um, just do it. Just move him. You know, El Rubio. We did look like a minor league team with him in the lineup. He was terrible today. Terrible, Rubio. So we need Judge Rizzo and Stanton in the lineup. We really do. We really, really, really do. So, but a couple days, we should have both of them back. So I'm looking forward to that day. I did that, Captain Midnight. I did that on trade deadline day. I went live for 4 hours and I had two of them, two each, baby, two each. So, do I think Boone's doing a great job? No. Good? Yes. Great? No. But again, yeah, I don't think he has full power to do what he wants to do either. So, comes with a grain of salt. Like it's really hard to determine what he's able to do, what he's not able to do, and they're not going to tell us either. So, I'm not sure, Janine. Maybe I think they're trying to get really hard to get Rourke up and running too. So, and I would. He's working with what he has exactly, and it's not. I mean, he's missing a lot of pieces. He is, and it's a tough thing to do. So, Arenado would have been nice too. He's a stud, absolute stud. But let me let you guys and gals go. I appreciate you coming on, spending some time with me. Unfortunately, they lost. Hopefully, when we go live tomorrow after the game, they will have won, and we'll be able to talk about a win and Frankie Montez's debut. So I appreciate you all for your constant support. Can't think of anybody we want to spend more time with than you guys. But peace and love. Over and out.